guys, what's up? It's Marissa and I am back for another BookTube video, and today I am doing the BookTube at the gym tag, and I was tagged by Paige over at Paging Through. So I will link her video and her channel down below. Please go check that out. Please go like and subscribe to her channel because she is amazing and funny and you'll love her, I promise. So the first prompt is the bench press gives you a chance to show off. What book are you proud of having read? And I think for me that would be The Handmaid's Tale. It's a book that's supposed to make you think. And I've done a review on this channel, so if you want to, go check that out. But it's a book that's supposed to make you think, and it's one of those books that I think is going to become a classic in time. I don't think it's quite old enough to be considered a classic at this point, but with the recent hype around it becoming a TV show, people are just now starting to go actually read the book because there's buzz around it. But it's really good. I mean, it leaves off precariously, but it's a really good book and it really makes you think. So, second prompt is leg day. Lots of people like to skip leg day. What book, genre, author have you skipped because you don't think you can handle it, or do you wish you had skipped? I think for me, it's Stephen King. I have read some of his books in the past. I just don't enjoy his genre of writing. I really have never been that big into like thrillers or psychological thrillers, and I just think Stephen King gets really deep in these thrillers, and I'm just not a big fan of it. So I generally just don't read him anymore. While I think I enjoyed his books, it's been a long time since I've read them. So yeah, generally I just skip Stephen King. The third prompt is crunches. We all know crunches are good for us. What's a book you read because you needed to gain a better understanding of literature, your work, history, etc.? I'm going to say every one of my college textbooks ever. I am almost done with my MBA program, so I'm going to tell you that throughout the last however many years I've been working on my degrees, I've read a lot of college textbooks, and a lot of them are just like regurgitated information from other college textbooks. But yeah, those are the only ones I've really read. That's why I don't generally read reference books, because I am so tired of reading for school. Like, not that I don't appreciate the knowledge, and not that I don't, like some of the concepts, but I'm just burnt out on it. Like, I literally cannot wait to be done. And this last class of mine does not have a textbook, so I'm like, yes, thank God. I'm so over it. Okay, so 4 is The Treadmill. It's all about endurance. What's a difficult or long book that you powered through? I'm gonna say literally all of the Game of Thrones books. They're so long. So long. And I'm listening to them all on audiobook, so it's a lot of hours. I'm talking like 30 to 40 hours a piece. Some of them are a little bit shorter, thank God. But it's just the way that George R.R. Martin writes. It's very, very descriptive, flowery writing, and he really feels like he has to go into great detail about everything, and consequently it just makes it really long. And it's hard because he bounces back and forth between so many characters, and I couldn't read it in print, especially before I watched the TV show, because I just couldn't follow. I couldn't get a sense of who these characters were enough to like know who was talking and and remember what was going on. Now that I've watched the TV show umpteen times, I can follow it a lot better. And listening to it on audiobook especially, gives my brain a break. I get to hear it rather than having to absorb it by reading. So yeah, those I've had to power through. Okay, so Lat Rows. It's all about feeling good about yourself. What's a book, an author, or a genre you read because it makes you feel good or brings you joy? And I'm going to say the Harry Potter series. Honestly, it's probably a cliche answer, but it's true. Every time I've been in a reading slump, or I just don't know what to read, or I'm feeling bad, or I'm just having a bad mental health day, I just pick up a Harry Potter book and I'm good. I literally will just breeze through the whole thing and be like, now I feel better. I was in a reading slump like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I don't feel like picking anything up, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I bought these beautiful new Harry Potter books, so I am going to pick it up and read it. So I did. I read The Philosopher's Stone all the way through. I felt better, got myself out of a reading slump immediately, and then went right back to reading my regular stuff. So yeah, that's my answer. Number 6 is Squats. The heavy weight can get you down. What's a book that you found depressing but you pushed through? And for that one, I'm going to go with my recent read of The Horse Dancer by Jojo Moyes. And that one was pretty depressing for me because it's a contemporary, and I really identified with the characters that were going through all this crap, and it made me tear up, quite honestly. I don't think I out and out cried, but it was like starting to make me depressed. So like I said in my review video of this, I had to put the book down quite a few times to like recoup and get back to myself. And I'm pretty sure that was the book that threw me into the reading slump, actually, because having read that, it was just way, way deep and just made me feel way too much. So that's why I don't generally read contemporaries, because they make me feel too much and it just becomes overwhelming. So the next prompt is 7, Bicep Curls. It's easy to overdo these. Name 2 authors you've read too much. I'm going to say it because you guys probably already know, and I'm going to say if you've watched my other videos, Jim Butcher, for sure. I've read every single one of his published books at this point. And then the other one, I would probably say Cassandra Clare. I've read a good majority of her books, and I still have a bunch on my shelves that I actually have to read. I don't find that I'm really enjoying her as much anymore, and I can't bring myself to pick back up one of the series that I kind of read like the first 50 pages in. So I don't know. I struggled for a second answer on this one because my first immediate thought was Jim Butcher, and that was it. Because I just devour his books. Okay, so prompt number 8 is tricep dips. The triceps are too often ignored. Name 3 authors you need to read more. I would say Leigh Bardugo. I really enjoy her writing style. I've only recently gotten into her books, and I'm kind of shocked because it appears they've been around for a while, and they used to be kind of a cult classic on BookTube, and I'm just now finding out about her. So Leigh Bardugo is really good. Brandon Sanderson, again, he's like a cult classic with people, and I've never read a single one of his books, never even heard of him before BookTube, so I'm going to have to read those. And then the last one is Ruta Sepetys, and apparently she writes historical fiction books, and I had never heard of her, and I'm always wary about picking up historical fiction books, especially set in a time period that I wasn't really previously interested in. But her book, I think it's The Fountains of Silence, that just came out recently. I have heard so many rave reviews on BookTube for it from people who don't normally like historical fiction. So I'm really going to have to pick up some of her books and get into those. So the last one, the last prompt, woohoo, we're at the end. Number 9 is tag some people to share their literary workout routines. And I'm going to tag 3 people. The first one is Books, Beer, and Ava, and I will link her channel down below. You need to go watch her. She is hilarious. And then Lethal Lime Reads, definitely go check out her channel. She has a absolutely gorgeous bookshelf, and her hair is to die for. Love all those colors. And then the last one is Fight and Read Like a Girl, and she's super funny. She keeps it super real. So definitely go watch her channel as well. And I think that is about it for the BookTube at the Gym tag. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Bye-bye.